So here we have a redesign I've done on my lady who has the short overlays. I'm not sure of the name of this glitter yet because it is yet to be named, but have a look in the description because I will have updated it below. This is my lady who has psoriasis, so she has that nail separation, but don't worry, both her doctor and her specialist at the hospital, so it's all right for me to work on her nails. Ignore mine, they're hammered and battered and abused, so yeah, I know they look awful. So I'm starting off and I'm using Silk Rose from the HD Pro collection, or HD Pro system should I say, and I'm just creating a crisp smile line. So I'm placing that bead in the centre of the nail where I want the smile line to be, and then I'm just blending it back to create that nice crisp wall that I can then butt that white up against, so there's a nice crisp French line there. Coming in with a second bead near that cuticle area, just blending it forward so there's a nice natural graduation from that cuticle area forward, and then I'm going to cap that in crystal glass. Now I was capping crystal glass when I do a French because if you use full cover pink you can end up with quite a fake mannequin-y looking nail rather than a nice natural blend. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the index finger. So I'm going to create that nice crisp smile line. Then I go into that pinky finger, just popping thin clear base down, because this is going to be a full glitter nail, and then using a small bead of clear acrylic, dabbing into that glitter, and then placing on the nail, and then just using the tip of the brush just to nudge it round into place, working in small beads until I get the full coverage that I want. Getting another bead, and then just placing that on the nail. And then coming onto that middle finger, I've applied that thin clear base. And then I'm coming in with Polar White, and I'm going to do a full colour base, and then I'm going to do a glitter blend from the cuticle area down. So I'm just pushing up into that cuticle line and then gently blending that down the nail. Then using a small bead of clear acrylic into that glitter, placing it near the cuticle and blending down. I'm just going to keep adding small bits until I've got the coverage that I want. I really like these bright colours with that white base, it really seems to make them pop. And then on the thumb I'm doing the exact same as the little finger, and I'm going to do a full glitter nail. So before filing in those smile lines, I want to make sure that all of this glitter is nicely capped. So I'm going to cap both of these nails in crystal glass, because obviously I don't want to file that line in and get any dust on there. So just starting just before the cuticle, pushing back, creating that apex, and then just pulling that forward, making sure all the glitter goes nice and matte so I know it's been covered by that acrylic. Now I'm filing in those smile lines. So I'm making sure I'm pushing against the acrylic, not down onto that nail, pushing against the acrylic to create that nice crisp wall, so that when I place that white up against it, when I then file through, you end up with a lovely crisp white smile line. Then coming in with the bead of the polar white, placing it on the tip, and then I'm going to push it up into those wings. Not worried about going over, because when I file that in, obviously we'll file that nice crisp smile line. I'm going to do that with both of these remaining tips. Then using some of the crystals from the Princess Crystal Wheel, just to create little tiaras on the French tips. So I'm using some of the blue zircon crystals first of all, just placing them in the centre. And then either side of that, I'm using some of the fuchsia shimmer crystals. I'm going to place that either side of those blue crystals on all of those nails. And then here we have the final crystals. I'm using the light sapphire shimmer. So just trying to pull in those colours of that glitter onto all the other nails. And then once I'm happy with all that, I'm going to use Akzentz Shine On Top Gloss, pushing up against the crystals, but not over them, and top coating all of those nails, and then I will cure that in my LED lamp for 60 seconds. And then when they're out of the lamp, all nice and cooled down, just going to apply some of this HG Pro Cherry cuticle oil, and we're all done. So there you go. It's a fun, bright, nice summery design. It kind of makes me think of like a deep sea mermaid party, this glitter. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. As usual, any questions, comments or requests, just pop it below. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!